Hey, today we're going to be talking about open D tuning. Open D tuning is a great alternate tuning to use if you play fingerstyle guitar, if you like to do arrangements, which I enjoy doing. And I'm going to be telling you a little bit about how I use it and maybe how you can incorporate it into your playing. So let's get into it. Okay, first we're going to just demonstrate the open strings of the tuning. So we are literally in an open D chord. So we've tuned the guitar to an open D chord. D, A, D, F sharp, A, D. Now, as you can hear, already by itself the tuning sounds awesome because it's just a chord. It's like if we took a standard tuning, D major chord, which if I played right now would sound bad, and I just put all those notes straight onto the strings, that's what I've got. So an open tuning is maybe a little bit more specific than saying just an altered tuning or an alternate tuning, because an open tuning implies that the chord is in the open strings. All right, so we're gonna demonstrate some shapes here for how you can begin to use open D tuning. We're gonna be working on strings 6 and 3, and we're gonna be playing the following shapes. Open, open, 2 and 1, 4 and 3, 5 and 5, 7 and 7, 9 and 8, 11 and 10, 12 and 12. And now what we're going to do is we're going to take those 2-note shapes and we're going to just play them up and down the neck, and then we're going to give them names. So this is D, E minor, D over F sharp, G, A, B minor, A over C sharp, back to D. Okay, so the other cool part about this tuning that I really like is that the first and second strings are so beautiful and resonant and consonant that they can ring in all of these shapes. So I'm going to demonstrate how we might work in those open strings over all of these shapes. It's beautiful. Okay, so a couple of questions I get a lot about alternate tunings would include, how do I play regular chords, regular chord shapes, and then how do I determine what tuning I'm going to use? So I'm going to explain those two things. So when it comes to playing regular chords, the nice thing about this tuning is if you just play the open strings, that's a D. That's just your one chord by itself. But there's a couple of things that I like to do in the tuning to give myself some better options. So if I play the 3rd fret of the 3rd string, all this is doing is doubling that open 2nd string. It's the same note. Makes it sound a little more full. To play an A, all I'm going to do is add the 2nd fret of the 4th string. To play a B minor, I'm going to play the 2nd fret of the 5th string and strum down. And then from earlier, I like to use this shape for G, which is going to be 5 and 5, strumming all the strings. Okay, so part of how I'm choosing the tuning itself when I'm doing an arrangement is if I'm in the key of D. In other words, so if I have a song that is just in the key of D, chances are I'm gonna try this tuning out because I think that's an easy way for me to think about it because I don't have to transpose. But if not, what I'm gonna do is use the capo up and down the neck just like I would in any case. So if I put the capo on the 2nd fret, I'm in the key of E, the 3rd fret, and the key of F, and so on and so forth, just like you would normally do when you transpose with a capo. All right, so the arranging part of this is really fun because the melody notes that we're going to find are going to be really easy to locate in this tuning. If I start with the open 4th string, I'm going to go open, 2, the next string will be open, 1, 3, the next string will be open, 2, 4, the next string will be open, 2, 4. So the scale itself are all found right there. So I'm going to demonstrate with the song Gratitude. Just like that. Okay, so this is a very, very generalized overview of open D. There's so much to this tuning that there's no way I could fit into one small video. My encouragement to you is put your guitar in open D tuning and mess around with it, play around with it, have a good time. Discover things on your own because that's how I discovered a lot of what I know in these tunings, and I just think that's the best way to go about it. So check out some of my arrangements here on my social media, and let me know if you have any questions. Drop a comment of a tuning you'd like for me to look at next. Thanks for watching.